Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Now today guys, I'm going to be potting up the amazing Opuntia subulata Monstrose that me and Hansi were gifted as a rescue plant to save. And yesterday's video, I made a video where we were talking about the plant and also how we got it out to see what it looked like in the big pot it was potted up with. I'm very pleased, the roots are very healthy. And what we've done is we left it overnight just to dry any of the bit of the damp soil out. The soil is now completely dry. As you can see, they're a tiny little bit damp there, but more or less dry. The roots are really healthy. And we actually don't want to let the roots dry out because these are all fresh roots with little sort of hairs on them. And normally I'd remove a lot of the old soil away before I pot up into a new pot, but this soil actually sort of looks okay, and I don't want to damage the roots because the roots are very fresh. So what I'm going to be doing here is, as you can see, the roots are very fresh, leaving it as it is and potting it up into its new pot. Now got the pot, good sized pot there, giving it all a good clean out so it's nice and clean, and then we're going to be putting it into cactus and succulent soil mix. And me and Hansi like to make our own cactus and succulent soil up ourselves. More economical, and you know what's going into it. And the most important thing is that you use a well draining soil, that the soil dries out quickly in between waterings, because cacti and succulents don't like to be kept wet in the soil for long periods of time. Especially, I mean, the winter is a no-no for watering them anyway, but even in the summer they don't like to be kept permanently wet. So as long as the soil drains out, that's the most important thing to remember. We add here, to show you the mix we've got here, we add a little bit of loam. We put a tiny bit of peat in this as well, and we've also put extra horticultural sand and also a bit of perlite for aeration. As I say, well draining soil is the most important. And by the way, I just want to give an amazing special thank you and a shout out to my wonderful fiancé Hans, who is behind the camera now filming. So guys, do go over and subscribe to Hans's amazing channel, Family of Cactusy and Other Beauties. Links will be up above. Yep, and do go over if you're not already. Hans has some lovely videos on there on not just cacti and succulents, but also gardening in general and houseplants, many things. So do go over.
Thank you, darling.
He's great at everything, including being a cameraman. So guys, let's get going. And say filling up the bottom here. Now, the reason why we're not using a massive pot to pot this in, because it came in a very large pot. And the reason why we took it out that pot is because it was way too, I mean, that was the pot it was in. As you can see, we're just going to give it a good wash out today and use it for other plants. It was way too large of a pot for the root system like that. It hadn't long, I don't think, been potted up by the person who had it before, but it was actually growing outside in these all through the winter in bitterly cold temperatures and everything, and it survived. So it's an amazing little survivor, this one. But as you can see, this is more of a practical size pot. Pots that are too large for plants will cause the roots to, oh, it's a little, I don't know if there's a little creature in there. Is this a little fly? Oh, hello little man, he's been caught in a little web. Oh, he's free now. Oh, look. Oh, little sweet little thing. He got caught in a bit of a web, so it's not a thing, it's a fly. And now I'm going to be potting this up. So as I say, too big of a pots can cause root rot. People say, oh, can't I just put my cactus in a huge pot, it's going to grow quicker? No, it would just go quicker to root rot. And as I say, that's a little bit underneath there. So this isn't a repotting video, I've got many videos. And I'm just gently placing it in. I would normally remove the soil, as I say. The reasons why I'm not in this case is the roots are very fragile, and I don't want to, I really don't want to damage them. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it. The soil that's already been used on it, looks like it's probably more of a sort of a peat-based type of soil, which isn't too damaging as such. So I'm just going to gently put this in around here. And then what I'm going to be doing, because if I was to go ahead and just water this now as normal, it could because the roots have been taken out of the other pot and they are fragile, as you know, it could encourage root rot. So I'm just going to leave this plant to dry in the soil. Now I've repotted it for a few days, probably about 5 to 6 days. It's actively growing, as you can see. It is spring now, So it's not as if it's winter where I need to leave it completely dry. But I won't be watering this now for about 5 days, and then just starting to slowly give it a little bit of water to introduce let it acclimatise into its new pot, and just gently tucking it in there. And that's really it, and then gently tapping so the soil goes down the side to the pot. And that's it. What do you reckon, Honzi?
Yeah, that's good.
And as I say, it's just important that you use a well-drained soil mix, because if you just go ahead and use garden soil or any other type of normal soil, with cacti and succulents, it can stay wet too long. And that also can encourage root rot, even if they're in a small pot. So, as I always prefer to leave a cactus dry to acclimatise into its new pot for a few days before I start to water again. But again, that's a personal choice. It's just something I prefer to do. But there you go. And I've got the little label. It's actually Opuntia subulata Monstrose, but it's commonly known now as Opuntia subulata. Same thing. Opuntias are the round cylindrical type of Opuntias like this. And there's a little label on it. And now this is going to be going into the polytunnel with all of its other family. We have a large collection of Opuntia, and all different types, so it's going to be very happy there. And that's it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to know more about how to grow cacti and succulents, do check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. And I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always, from across the Emerald Isle. And until the next video, bye.